Ferrari's most iconic models, then and now. In a world of automotive dreams, there is one name that stands above the rest: Ferrari. A symbol of speed, power, and unrelenting passion. From the moment Enzo Ferrari laid the foundation for his racing empire, the world of luxury sports cars would never be the same. The roar of the engine, the sleek lines of Italian design, and the heart-stopping acceleration are just the beginning of the Ferrari experience. But do you know the insane reason behind its logo? We doubt you do, and we will happily teach you this and many more mind-blowing facts about Ferrari. Buckle up as we dive into the world of Ferrari, where speed meets elegance and adrenaline meets artistry. Get ready to ignite your senses and embrace the thrill that can only be found in the embrace of the prancing horse. Welcome to the extraordinary world of Ferrari. But first of all, do you know who the founder of Ferrari is? We will tell you in a second. But first, let's take you through the journey and evolution of this iconic brand. Ferrari has had its fair share of iconic models from the past to the present. From the iconic Ferrari Testarossa of the 1980s to the Ferrari LaFerrari hybrid supercar of the present day. Now, let's go on a fantastic trip through the shining history of the Ferrari automobile giant. Ferrari SPA is an Italian company with a headquarters in Modena, Italy, with a focus on producing high-end sports cars. Enzo Ferrari left the Alfa Romeo racing branch in 1939 and started the business that was initially called Automotive Costruzione. In 1929, Enzo Ferrari created a business, Scuderia Ferrari, which is how the Ferrari saga began. In the beginning, Ferrari didn't make its own automobiles. Instead, it employed contractors and had a contract with Alfa Romeo, for whom it prepared automobiles. One of the requirements Alfa placed on Enzo when he left the company was that he should not use the name Ferrari in any of his vehicles or racing organizations for at least 4 years. Enzo adhered to this contract, and a few days later, he established a business called Automotive Costruzione, which manufactured small aircraft engines. This was the first introduction of the Ferrari sports car. Crazy to think that the first Ferrari wasn't even a Ferrari, right? Enzo unveiled the Tipo 815 in 1940, a sports automobile built on a Fiat basis. This was Enzo's first vehicle ever built by his firm, the 815. In 1947, the Ferrari 125S was introduced and was the first vehicle with the Ferrari badge to leave the gate in Abetone in Fiore, Maranello. Automotive Costruzione changed its name to Auto Costruzione Ferrari, later becoming Ferrari SPA in 1989. Due to the excessively high demand for Ferrari automobiles, Enzo Ferrari sold 50% of his shares to the Fiat Group in 1969 and another 40% in 1988, giving Fiat a 90% majority stake in the company. Bingo! You cracked the answer to the earlier question. Though it might not come as a surprise that Enzo Ferrari is the founder of Ferrari, a lot of people are actually not aware of this. Either way, it's time for the second question. What does Ferrari actually mean, and what does its logo stand for? While you are waiting for the reveal, we got something else for you. Did you know Ferrari's designers produced a non-racing model? This model, which was known as the Gran Turismo model, included a roof, windows, heating, and leather inside. These cars were handcrafted with classic Italian craftsmanship and designed by traditional Italian artisans. Ratan Tata, an Indian industrialist, philanthropist, and former chairman of Tata & Sons, once stated, "I have 2 or 3 cars that I like, but today a Ferrari would be the best car I have driven in terms of being an impressive car." After some time, Ferrari went for a significant change. Enzo Ferrari passed away in 1988. As a result, Ferrari experienced a difficult period, and Fiat decided to appoint Luca Cordero di Montezemolo as chairman and managing director. Luca handled Ferrari's modernization and reorganization. Before Luca took over, the company only offered 2 models, both of which, in his words, had 2 very uncomfortable seats and were very extreme. Other modifications included the addition of a back seat, a front engine, and 1 or more dozen different colors in place of the traditional Ferrari red, which went against Ferrari tradition. What does Ferrari actually mean? The word Ferraro means blacksmith in Italian. Over time, this profession gradually transformed into the surname Ferrari. The company's name was given to it by Enzo Ferrari, and I think we have an idea of how he came up with the name, don't we? What does the Ferrari symbol mean? The renowned World War I Italian Air Force hero pilot Francesco Baraccia, who was shot down, is credited with creating the iconic Ferrari logo, which features a black prancing stallion on a yellow background. On the side of the Baraccia's plane, a red horse was painted. The Baraccia family finally convinced Enzo Ferrari, a young, car-obsessed Italian from Modena, to paint the prancing horse on his cars in order to preserve their son's signature and serve as a lucky charm. Enzo concurred, but changed the color of the horse from red to black to represent Baraccia's sadness. The original Ferrari logo featured a shield with a yellow background to represent Enzo's hometown of Modena, red and white lines at the top, and the initials S and F for Scuderia Ferrari. The company's logo underwent another alteration in 1947, this time including a rectangle with rounded corners that were vertically oriented. The color scheme remained the same, with black lines dividing the topmost Italian flag stripes into stripes. The Ferrari logo type in black with an extended letter F took the place of the letters S and F at the bottom. Good job! You have just learned about the reason behind Ferrari's name and logo. And by the way, did you know Andy Murray, a professional British tennis player, once stated his interest in the Ferrari car by saying, "When I started to do quite well on the tour, I thought I'd treat myself to a bright red Ferrari. I had always had a soft spot for them as a car brand, and when I was in the position to afford one, I decided to go for it." After a very long discussion of the major and unforgettable history and development of Ferrari, we have now reached the final point of the discussion. Some of the most valued and recognizable luxury sports cars in the world are produced by Ferrari. Ferraris are the definition of power and quickness. Let's take some time to mention some of the most popular Ferraris, including the F40, F355, F250 GTO, 125S, 488 GTB, 365 GTB4 Daytona, Dyno 246, F50, F12 Berlinetta, 250 GT California Spyder, Ferrari Pur Sangue, 296 GTS, and 812 Competizione. Crazy to think about the evolution the company has gone through, from its noble beginnings to what it is today. The most expensive car ever was a Ferrari, costing nearly $50 million. Besides, Ferrari even has its own Formula One team. This shows what a brand Ferrari has become. Did this video buzz your curiosity for more? What would you like next? Thank you for watching. Subscribe and follow for more.